different. There was a lot more up and down and sideways movement off the wicket, so I felt actually we got ourselves a competitive score, and I felt we were right in the game, obviously, all the way to the last over. So I think it was a great game of cricket. Very, very different to Pindi, where it's flat and you almost feel like you need 200, 220 to win every time. But it was a great game of cricket, and obviously there's a loser. Sadly, that's us this game, but I felt it was a really entertaining game of cricket and a great game to be part of. But then if they did that, they may have been way ahead. So the tactics for me were completely right. We were trying to leave as many as possible because it was always going to be a low-scoring, thrilling game. It was always trying to leave him as many as possible. I think both innings, we have little areas that we can work on. I felt like with the bat, we could have got probably 10, 15 more if we were really, really on today. And in the field, we could have kind of probably done a tiny bit better as well. But I felt like from a percentage of a game, we played, I'd say, 90% of a really good game there and just had a couple little areas where we let it get away from us. But I think it was just a great game of cricket on a difficult pitch. And I also think the way David Warner batted tonight kind of anchored them and allowed them to kind of get really close. And if someone scores 60 on a chase like that, you're always going to be under pressure. And I felt like he batted really well tonight. No, not really. We obviously played the night before as well in Rawalpindi. So you've got a travel day. So you're travelling all day yesterday anyway, so there's no option for us to train. But we're professional cricketers. We've played on pitches like that before. We've played on flat pitches. We've played on spinning pitches. So we're all good enough to be able to come in and adapt. And it definitely wasn't the pitch's fault tonight why we lost or preparation. I felt like it was just a small couple margins where if the game goes either way, just as one where there was the LBW that we didn't review that went for 4. If we reviewed it and got the wicket, then we could have been defending 13 off the last over and it could have been a different story. But as games go, when you score 140 and you nearly defend it, it's always going to be a tight game. And sadly, we just come on the wrong side of it tonight. I think it's the fast bowlers. They just seem to come from everywhere. And in the nets, you've got all the net bowlers who are just as quick and trying to hit you in the head every time. So yeah, for me, definitely the standard of bowling out here is amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. The support, the food, the crowds, everything about coming here I really enjoy. But the one standout thing I think has to be the fast bowlers. Yeah, absolutely. I think close cricket matches are what people want to watch. Personally, obviously the 2 losses we've had at Rawalpindi were by roughly about 100 runs each game. And most of the games at Rawalpindi have not been very good contests. Whereas tonight I felt that was a really good contest and a really great game to be a part of. And I felt like if I was watching that game, you'd have been engaged where, like our last game at Rawalpindi where we won by 120 runs, I think everyone, you can see you've lost. Like the batting team, they lost so many wickets early that it was kind of, they were never going to get close. So for me, close games are what I want to watch when I'm watching cricket, not 220 plays 150. So yeah, playing in games like that, it really gets your emotions going as a player. And it really kind of pumps you up. And I know if we won that game, it would have felt a lot better than the game we beat Multan because of how comfortable it was. Whereas that one, I've never seen Woody that fired up in a game because it was so close and the passion comes out in closer games. Whereas when you're comfortably winning, you can kind of almost cruise through.